There's no doubt it's always quite helpful, and to be able to take game experiences and to be able to take this film and to learn and develop and to grow. And our goal is to go 1-0 in a given week, and we were able to accomplish that goal this week. And yet we're going to see how important it is as a staff to look at this film right away, and then on Monday to get going and to develop and improve Air Force. And I think some of the elements that were involved as far as going back and forth in the locker room, those are great experiences because there's a good chance if you play for a couple of more years or however long it may be, that's going to happen again. And just having the resolve and the sense of grit and persistence, irregardless of those circumstances, to be ready to play.
Coach, you said you were going to go look at the tape and learn something, but just walking off the field and experiencing that game, what did you learn about your guys?
Well, obviously I thought we played the run pretty darn solid, today. I thought there were too many short fields. We didn't cover a punt. We had a chance to get a ball down. And then offensively, we didn't capitalize on nearly the quality of field position that we had. And going forward, that's got to get done, as you're going to win future games.
I know you guys have trained for a weather delay like that in the past. Whenever you were trained for two or three or multiple times like that?
You don't. I'll say this. I do think the experiences that you have in something as simple as Jacks Valley, there are times where all of a sudden you can't cruise across the Terrazzo, or in the case of Jacks Valley, we're now training seasons immediately, yet it could pick back up at any time. That's where your maturity and your focus and being able to generate your own resolve and intensity is important.
Finally, when you look at the defense, at least from our camera view, front line all the way back to the defensive secondary looked really solid. What unit on defense jumped out to you?
Well, like I said a little bit earlier, to be really, really solid against the run, against good bodies, good size bodies. And I really believe that'll be a group that could make a deep playoff run. That's something that could happen with Stony, Brook, and then the other part being able to get off the field on third down.
The quarterback change when it happened, was that pre-planned, or was that the result of anything that happened on the field?
No, that was a decision that we made. Thing we're going to need at least two quarterbacks and get strong play out of them all season long.
And your thoughts on the two quarterbacks and their play?
Like I said, all of our guys at every position are going to keep growing and keep developing. And we can play better, and we have to play better moving forward. So, that's why, again, it's just invaluable to be able to take this film on game day and some of the things that they do that are nuances and being able to adapt a little bit better and to be stronger with the football.
And did you learn anything immediately about Joseph Saucier, seeing him in action for the first time?
Well, you just got to know, no matter where you are, whenever you have a carry, how emphatic you have to be about the fundamentals of carrying a ball. He does love to compete. He loves to play, practice that way, great energy, super teammate, and a guy that does have a lot of pride as a football player.
And then what was your perspective of Kyle Johnson's interception and touchdown? What kind of play did he make?
Ironically, he had one of those 3 days ago, and he went down and in practice, he went down and shot a lay-in over the top of the goalpost, and it was literally one of the old-fashioned lay-ins. It wasn't a scoop lay-in. So one thing I knew he wouldn't do was go down near that goalpost and see if he could dunk it. So.
Was there a response to that in practice when he did that?
I just said if you had any hops like your coach did, you probably would have dunked it. You have anything else?
After you scored today, were you having the same thoughts?
No, I knew what I was going to do.
What'd you do?
I ran into the end zone, threw the ball down, unbuckled my helmet, and stared at the camera.
How cool was that? I think that was on your 5th defensive snap at Air Force to have a pick six.
Good. All the hard work paid off, so it was nice.
And defensively in general, I haven't seen the final stats, but was it a school record? 75. So 75 total yards given up. How nice is that to, especially coming off a year like that, and you guys knew you needed to improve to show you could do this in the opener?
So, like you said, last year we weren't always where we weren't always where we wanted to be, and we made some changes, and they paid off. And you can see that just based on the stats, based on the attitudes, and the amount of fun we're having on the field.
Kyle Johnson had some nice moves on that interception return. Any chance he could be a fullback? And what do you think of his that momentum swing?
That was awesome. Kyle, he's had a great fall camp. He works his butt off. He's always in there, like after hours on Saturdays, Sundays in the off season, and it's really awesome to see guys like that put that much work in, see some fruits of their labor.
It seemed like the momentum had swung and you guys got a big boost off of that interception, and then you guys had a little bit of a lull. Was it just by design? Did they finally kind of square up on defense? What happened in there?
Just poor execution. They did a good job for sure. They were playing fast, playing hard. Definitely hit us in the mouth a little bit, but just poor execution on our part.
When you look at the pass plays that you guys ran, when it comes down to execution, is it just a different front? How did you assess it?
Yeah, it was just off today. I thought the pass protection was really well today. They switched up the looks a little bit, what we thought we were going to see. And they switched up the looks throughout the game as far as when to read, when to give, the safeties rotating, so they did a good job of switching it up.
You may have answered this before, but when you look at everything, all three facets, how did you assess the offense today?
We definitely got to get better. There's no question moving on forward to FAU and Mountain West play. We definitely got to improve in every asset, reads, checks, ball security, blocking, route running, everything. We got to improve in everywhere.
Aaron, you said your performance was subpar today. I was curious. Obviously, they always say in football you get better week 2. How good can this offense be?
We definitely have a lot of experience. I think on the O-linemen, they got a lot of reps in today, which was huge for them. And the skilled guys, we got a lot of guys returning to me, Isaiah, Gerard, Marcus, Ron, the list goes on. We got a lot of guys who've had experience. And I think as the weeks go on, we'll get in the rhythm, and you'll see that rhythm.
Perceived attitude that the defense was the weak link of the team last year. Was that message met loud and clear today?
I think it contributed to the chip we had on our shoulder. And it's not just that, but a lot of the guys, the younger guys that were coming up and playing, just are naturally more aggressive in their mannerisms and in the way they act and who they are on the field, and that kind of showed today.
What would have happened if you would have dunked it after your interception today?
Probably a penalty.